This is a big one, episode 130. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling awake, got my little energy drink, kick-starting me, thinking it's 130 is really crazy. Shout out to all the Jobins that have been watching this whole time. Couldn't be here without you guys. Thank you, brother, for, holding shit down, editing, doing all that stuff behind the scenes that, I really do appreciate. I just sit here, look pretty, and say a few words. So I appreciate you, fam.
I appreciate you being the best co-host a pilot can have. Talk like Jim Carrey in that one movie. You're the best co-pilot a guy could have. I say you show up, and then you do really good.
I like it.
I'll stop doing that.
Dude, I'm feeling inspired, too. Honestly, everybody, I just want to give you a quote for the day. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail.
Exactly. Create your own lane. Exactly.
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
But damn it. Here we are in someone else's lane when they started podcasting. Now we're podcasting. Damn it, Brenden. How do we create our own lane?
We just make our podcast unique, right?
Exactly.
We have that energy that you can't replicate.
Tim was motivating me good, dude. He's like, dude, you just got to try new things. Just try shit. You just never know. Something could pop off and it could be a new thing that you do. I'm like, you're right. Damn it.
And shout out, dude, the vlogs, man. You kill it at those, too. I got to be honest.
I appreciate
I've been loving it.
Yeah, vlogs are like my favorite thing to do. It'd be cool if one day we had like someone believed in the BrendenSchmitty Show and they were like, yo, we're getting you a crew. Bet. Be sick. But Jobins, we're 27 days out from Sugar Shane versus Aljo in Boston. I'm getting even more excited, dude. It's crazy how every single time it seems like the fight is, we're 5 months away from a fight, 4 months away from a fight, and then boom, all of a sudden it kicks into hyperdrive. It's right around the corner. These 27 days are nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. It's going to zip by. We got fucking good fights this weekend. We have good fights pretty much up until then. We had just good fights yesterday. We've done a lot. This past weekend was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I got to go. So Sean called me on Saturday, and I was doing some shit, and it was random, which was really cool. He's like, hey, Schmidt, you want to go watch me do an interview with Megan Olivi? I was like, fuck, yeah. And then I was, oddly enough, just going through my cards, and I had just found her card because I have a sick Voices of Octagon card of hers.
It's cool.
Had to take it to get her signed. Had to. But yeah, dude, the place we went to was down by the football stadium. We went to this one building. I don't know what it was, but it was just massive. There were rooms everywhere. It was really cool. And then I don't know when that interview is going to drop. But honestly, dude, one of the best interviews Sean's ever done.
Really? It looked like it was just made for him, too. Like, from the behind-the-scenes angle there with, like, I don't know, the design, the interior. It was cool.
They had, well, Megan Olivi pays attention. She paid attention, and the crew paid attention. Which, by the way, Jobins, not only is Megan Olivi so cute, but she is super, I feel like, underrated at her job. Because she really did a great job at, like, getting to know the fighter. Like, she digs deep. You're not just the fighter. Who's the person that's going into the cage this Saturday? And she just does really well. The way watching her work behind the scenes, I've always just got to see her work in front of the camera. But watching her work with the crew and how she does everything, it was like, damn, she knows what the fuck she's doing.
It's crazy to me to think about what you just said there because of like all the, because a lot of the attractive women that do sports broadcasting, there's so much behind the scenes work that they're really putting in there. Like, you can't believe that. Yeah, that's awesome to like think about how much work they really put into it.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I keep iterating how fucking cute she is, but it's just like, I'm sorry you're so. It's not my fault that you're an amazing broadcaster and interviewer, and you just so happen to be extremely beautiful. Not my fault. I have to acknowledge both.
She seemed passionate too, just about
dude, that's
everything.
The thing, dude. That's the thing. It's like you really know who's passionate about their job because when you do something for so long, you either are over it or you love it so much that the time's flown by, it's nothing to you. And you could tell with her, it's like, damn, dude, she's passionate. It was cool. Like you said, the set was really cool. It was all tie-dye color. They had fruit, all this real fruit, which I thought was fake. We all thought was fake, and then she asked, and it turns out it was real. And they had these badass chairs that they were both sitting in, like king chairs, It was cool.
How much fruit are you talking? A whole tray of like a whole table? And
oh,
you
yeah,
thought it was
like
fake?
A whole fruit. Yeah, like, just a big thing of fruit. You'll see it in the interview. It was cool.
Didn't need any of it, probably.
No. And this was the coolest part, Jobins. I'm going to brag about it a little bit. But I'm sitting there and I'm smiling every time because, I'm geeking. Sean knew that I geek over that kind of shit. That's why he invited me, right? And the whole time I'm there, he goes, Schmidt, quit smiling. And he knows that when he says that to me, I smile even more. Everyone laughs, right? Well, I'm sitting there, they're talking. Megan goes, Schmitty, you've lived here for a little bit now, haven't you? And I was like, you know who I am? I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, almost 2 years now. And then a little talk, But it was sick. I was like, damn, Megan Olivi knew who I was, and it's just cool. It just made me feel cool.
Dude, that is cool, man.
Yeah, I was like, that's sick.
Getting recognized.
That's sick. But yeah, and then she signed the card. It was cool. Interview. Sean did really good, Jobins. I can't wait for it to drop. It's funny too because he answers some of the shit the same way, so it's almost like I can like when they ask it, I can just say we're gonna say the same thing. You know what you do to all of us when you
like to copy them.
Yeah, I could do it. I could do it. But then it was really cool because there was a lot of questions where I actually learned shit. So I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm saving it for the interview. Mm-hmm. But it was cool to get the family stories of Sean.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So that was really cool. Got my first stripe in Jits this past week.
Yeah, congratulations, brother. Well deserved.
Thank you, Jobin. Thank you, all the Jobins out there. Shout out, Tim. What an honor. Jobins, whenever you do something that you should have been doing a long time ago, you always have that, fuck, I should have been doing it. That's why I'm so grateful I'm doing it now. Everybody in the gym, shout out to you guys. The gym is so cool. I can't say it enough with how awesome everybody is. No matter how many times my dumbass asks the same shit or has to be shown the same shit, they never get upset. They willing to show you. Everyone's like showing each other tips and tricks. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants everyone to be better.
Yeah, there's no one rooting for anyone's downfall or anything. Good at positive vibes and energy. Shout out to everyone at the gym.
And then you got Tim, who, again, yesterday we had such a fun day with him, and we see him outside of the coach life, right? And he's so fucking goofy and fun, right? Just the shit he says, the way he acts. And then when you see him be fucking sensei, it's night and day. I have so much respect for Tim. He's so good at what he does. It's crazy. It's such an honor to be under it. I don't want to take for granted. In fact, when I got my stripe, it felt like a fucking Pokemon badge type shit. Like, fuck, now I got to step up to fucking show that I've earned this stripe. Mm-hmm. That's what I felt, It was cool. Got some people saying, oh, Schmitty was bitching to get that stripe. No, I put blood, sweat, and tears into that fucking stripe.
You did. He wouldn't have handed you a stripe if you didn't deserve it.
And he said some shit that made me feel pretty good. I was like, damn, okay, bet. Because, yeah, I was rolling with Mikey. Dude, first off, Jobins, it's been so hot in the gym. It's just because it's fucking 120 degrees out here.
Yeah, heat warnings all day. People dying.
Is it going to end? When's it going to end, dude?
When summer's over.
I feel like it's never going to end.
It's going to be a minute. You get inside the car and you burn your arm on accident.
You can't touch anything. Yeah, your car is basically melting. So, like, you can't touch anything. Then, guess what you do, Jobins, on top of that heat? You throw a gi on. And then you know what you go do? Grapple and fucking get your heart rate up to 190.
It's a good workout.
Oh, God, is it ever. So I'm dying. I almost actually threw up after my first roll. I forget who I rolled with, but it was fucking gnarly first roll. It was good. Oh, I was rolling around with Paul, my big boy Paul. Shout out Paul. Yeah, because he's a fucking human nature wrecking bomb, He just puts your knee on you. It hurts like a motherfucker. But rolling with him, I'm like, oh, fuck, it's so hot today. I'm trying to stay hydrated. I actually took a round off, and then I'm sitting next to Tim, and I'm watching Bebo and Johnny go at it, which was fun. Mm-hmm. It's always really fun to watch the higher belts go at it. You know what I mean? It's just a cool thing, like when you suck, and you're like, man, I want to be like that. I want to be like that.
Yeah, goals.
Right? I'm actually watching you, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, if you were my size with your same thing going on, you wreck me.
I'm feeling really confident going like almost 4. I went 4 days this week, so definitely stepping up.
It's the only size. We had fun. Tell the Jobins what we did with jits.
What we did with jits?
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember when I let you, when we rolled?
Oh yeah. So that was actually really cool, Ricky. You let me. He was like, let's do jiu-jitsu. We rolled together, and he let me get his back. He let me get his back and get a rear naked, like with I did a collar choke basically with it, and then he just was like, okay, start, and we did that the whole 4 minutes, and I was like, okay. So it wasn't like a real roll because I just put you in. You were just in a dangerous position from the very beginning, but it was nice to try out on a big dude.
It was actually a lot of fun because that first one you sunk in fucking deep, and then I'm like, I'm making noises. I gotta stop being so. I rolled with someone again, and Tim was like, "Oh, you made noise. That's a tap." And I'm like, "Damn it!" And we stopped rolling. I was like, in my head, it's something I gotta work on.
Hey, I've done it too before though, and people, what happens is they'll let go of the submission, and then it's like, okay, you basically subbed me then. That's how I look at it. Because I didn't technically tap, but they let go of the arm bar or something before they really hurt me. So it's like, okay, that counts.
If you're doing it on the mats in practice, I'll fucking end up doing it on the mats in a tournament. You know what I mean? So I got to really work on it. I got to work on being quiet and everything.
Yeah, I don't know how that works in a tournament. They wouldn't count it. They'd have to, to wait for the tap, right?
No.
In a tournament?
In a tournament, Tim says that if you squeal and you make a noise, that's a tap.
Really?
Yeah. So if my goofy ass is, I'm always talking. I'm always like, when someone flips me over, I go, ah! You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
I thought you'd have to verbally say tap.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just any sound louder.
Oh yeah, like if they sing.
Oh no, Petrie's going crazy downstairs.
Yeah.
Gotta love our little Cujo.
Gotta love our little buddy. Always interrupting the pods. But if someone's got a rear naked choke on you deep, right, and you're not tapping, but you're fighting, and then you gurgle or make a noise, they fucking count it. That's just what Tim says. I haven't seen it or anything. Yeah. New to the game, but. Damn. Yeah.
That was cool, too, just watching the fights last night. Or yesterday, I guess, because they were early. And, like, seeing when you do drills in jiu-jitsu, have you noticed that? And it's like, whoa, the fighters are in the same position that we worked on today.
Yeah, that's
and
just
it's
because
like
we're finally learning. You know what I mean? It's always been there. We're just finally learning. Yeah. But, dude, when you're exhausted, people, like, we can scream at the TV, tell them what to do all we want. But when you're exhausted, it takes experience of being exhausted like that all the time to make correct decisions. Because decision-making, when you're so freaking exhausted, it's insane.
It is, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Hey, what up, Mikey? How we doing, baby? We doing a pod, baby.
Got a little surprise for you boys.
Hey, I appreciate that, Jobin.
Oh, wow.
Come get in the camera.
Look, he got a little Prime.
Come run into the camera and say what up.
Our buddy Mikey. We were talking
Prime
about you.
for the boys.
Yeah.
Little BrendenSchmitty Prime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dude, Logan Paul. Sponsor him, dude. What the heck? Sponsor him, Logan Paul.
Yeah. Thank you. I
The
need
energy
that.
right there. Hey,
I appreciate
shout
you,
out
man.
Mikey. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Fuck yeah. Some primes, baby. Ooh, damn. You feel how cold those are?
I know. They're ice cold.
Holy. And you know what? Look at that. I had just finished my lemonade.
Damn,
one.
he really had to pay you back after you tapped him. I gotta say him.
Fuck. Don't say that. Because, yeah, I wanted to tell the story of how I got my stripe. I rolled with Mikey. And because me and Mikey, he always is like, Schmitty, I don't want to roll with you. You're so big. But it's like, Mikey, but he's losing so much weight.
Shout out Mikey.
The motherfucker is losing so much weight and it inspires me because, dude, I'm looking at pictures. I looked at pictures of Mikey probably 4 months ago, and it's night and day. And I'm so happy for him. So I'm just like, I'm still just used to Big Mikey. You know what I mean? He's Big Mikey to me. So I know that he's fucking so much thinner now, and he's trying to get even more thin. So I get that rolling. I get it. But for me, we're boys, and it's just he's a big guy. He's a big guy too. I like rolling with him so much, and we go back and forth. If it's kind of like, and he's getting better and going more, where it's kind of like, if he starts on top of me, dude, whoever
You might be in some trouble.
I'm in trouble because there's only been the times, and I do it with everyone, not just Mikey. I have a really good armbar defense. And a lot of the time, I can just, when people think that they're going to get an armbar on me, I just slip right up and on top of them. You know what I mean? And that's the only times that I've ever been able to get on top of them. You You know what I mean? Other than that, the motherfucker smothers me and I'm exhausted and I eventually go, oh, I'm done. I can't breathe. I'm done. I'm tired. You know, because, dude, big boys, it is suffocation, Jobins. And when you're suffocated and exhausted, that fear, there's a fear that kicks in.
Oh, I know very well.
There's a fear, and you want to breathe. You're done doing it. And you're like, oh my God, you got to keep going. Especially when when you feel like that and there's 2.5 minutes left in the round. Have you ever been there?
I've been in places like that.
I'm like, holy fuck, 2.5 minutes, dude. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a fear in there of just getting crushed.
Yeah, have you gotten a body triangle on you that's been just hardcore?
Oh yeah.
Taking the
Yeah. You name it, it's pretty much probably
and then what they do is they got you like this and they're putting your back even further out and it's just making the freaking body triangle tighter. Oh, that shit hurts, man.
I got humbled a little bit too by that young kid, Jaden. Is that his name? I forget.
Or
no, Aiden. Aiden.
Right.
Aiden. I said Jaden. Aiden. He fucking got me with my fucking lapel. Fucking went sideways on me, pulled me down because I was on top, and then he just fucking got me, and he pulled me down. I was like, oh fuck, and I tapped. I was like, and I look up, and I get up, I'm like, what the fuck was that? And he just said it was just a fucking.
And he's just getting into high school too.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
dude.
It's just
Little
so
killer.
crazy.
Little
Like,
killer.
I couldn't imagine being in jiu-jitsu in high school, dude. How much of a badass I'd feel like. So respect.
Yeah. But yeah, rolling with Mikey, me and him are going at it. Boom, 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 boom. He starts on top. I think we were doing like this thing where it was like we had to do some kind of roll and then you flip. And then once he flips and he's in that position, that's when we started. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's probably when you guys were doing the Kimura traps.
Yes.
And then he flipped over
Yes.
and then you hold on to it and extend it out and try to get to his hip.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're doing our big boy thing. He's keeping top pressure. I'm trying to do shit and he's just going at it, stopping me. You know what I mean? I'm getting tired. And then, boom, he went for that arm bar. And then as soon as he went for the arm bar, I got on top of him. And then I held pressure. He got up once, got him back down. And then he got up again. And I chased him down. I got him down again.
Nice.
And then he was doing a foot hook onto my ankle while I'm on top of him. And I had my under, right?
Was it stretching you out a little bit?
Yeah, and dude, it was hurting like a motherfucker. And it was going that way. He was taking my leg that way with his hook. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I didn't say anything. I wasn't saying anything. But in my head, I'm like, oh, that hurts like a motherfucker. Get your foot out of there. Got my foot, got it again. I'm like, oh, fuck. So then I was just trying to apply pressure to him. And then I was going to try and get on top and get like a rear naked shake. But ran out of time. Fucking stand up. I'm dying. Fucking dying. Because it's 100. And I'm just like wanting to throw up. Takes me a second to even get up. I stand up. Tim goes, Schmidt, come here. And I'm like, I got a little tingly in my balls. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, is this it? This is what everyone talks about? This is the moment? And he, come on, Schmidt. And then he goes, now I make everyone work super hard for this. He goes, you earned it. That was, you fucking, he said something like, you pushed through that. You worked hard. So you earned this, baby. And I was like, oh, and then I heard people clapping and shook his hand. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I haven't took my belt off since. Fuck, I should have worn it today. Should have had it on the pod today. But yeah, hard work. What's the thing? What's that great thing on the painting?
Ooh.
Consistency over time equals results.
Consistency over time equals results.
There
And
it is.
And Mikey is getting a lot better. He's been going a lot. And throwing an armbar like that puts you in a dangerous position if you don't get it, you know?
Oh, yeah. And then rolling with Paul, dude, it's so scary because he's a big boy. He's like actually a big boy. Way bigger than Mikey. Almost as big as me, right? Thick. When that guy we were practicing the arm bars, it's terrifying because in a tournament, not only is it going to be quick, but it's going to be quick and they're trying to fucking rip your arm off as fat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And strong. You could have an arm and not have an arm like that. And it scares the fuck out of me because, dude, even to react, to get that moment to tap or scream, ah, please, you know what I mean? Your arm's already ripped, tendons ripped, broken.
I've seen some scary ass videos on Instagram because I follow a lot of jiu-jitsu and everything. Seen some really gnarly submission breaks. This one guy had the Kimura and he didn't tap, and it broke it. Oh my god, it was terrible.
Yeah, dude. No, dude. I don't even know.
And then a big guy your size, just as big as you, was on another guy, and he got the leg really quick, and it popped it out too. The guy didn't have any time to tap. It was so fast. Oh man.
See, I don't know about that. I want to see my opponents before I sign the paperwork, and I want to, and then motherfuckers aren't tested. Motherfuckers aren't tested. Yeah. So we could just be on shit.
You know what, though? I
got to get on shit.
I've seen it because Vinny was telling me that he already knows who he's facing for his competition. So they kind of can get an idea of who they're facing.
Just kidding, Jobins. I would never go on shit. Schmitty's staying all natural for the rest of my life. Tim wants me to. I'm sure one day they'll probably try and get me on some TRT shit.
What if they do a really professional cycle and everything?
Yeah, I'd be like, damn, I guess I got to do it. Here we go. Becoming the Hulk. Got to become that picture that kid made. That was fire.
Yeah, that was fire artwork. Yeah. Really.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the Steiny and Andrew Schulz beef. What was your reaction to that?
You know, my reaction originally was like, because I try to look at both sides of the story, and it's like, man, I mean, Andrew Schulz is a professional like comedian. Those guys are usually pretty good at tearing people down if they want to.
Oh, yeah.
And Steiny is kind of the easiest target. And then I was like, what if Steiny is kind of a victim in this? But then again, it's like, maybe he's a douchebag and Andrew Schulz is in the right.
I know.
I don't know enough about either of them.
I want to see the whole pod, right?
Sean said he saw it on Twitter.
I know. I need to watch the whole pod.
And those guys both made me think, man, maybe again, Steiny was the victim here.
Well, maybe Schulz was having a bad day then. Maybe he did not like he said, the vibes, the setup, just the whole everything. Then on top of that, Steiny.
Yeah. It's like, I hate this kid. I'm going after him.
And then it sucks it's tough to be in our position, Jobins, because we can have great pods, everything, and then have a pod where we say something or act a certain way and have a moment, and then you're judged by that moment. Like, that's your character always. People judge me as fucking Steiny, and I hate it.
Dude, yeah. It's
because me, Tim, all of us, we are all boys. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, we love each other. We make each other laugh. We have great times. The shit that we do on the pod is funny. Sometimes I get upset with some of the shit because it's just, that's how it is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We're being real with each other all on there. It's not fake. So we have good vibes. It's all real shit. When they have guests on and I'm on, I always try to do a good job and do good. Which Steiny, he's done good with pods. Mm-hmm. He's done good with guests. So it's just, again, Jobins, it's real tough when you're in those situations because we never know. We don't know the behind the scenes of everything. Because we only know what's put out. You know?
I tried to put myself in Steiny's shoes, and if I was saying, "Hey, I am being real," and someone's telling me I'm not,
it's tough.
Man, I couldn't be. I'd probably. I don't even want to think about how hard that would be to do.
Dude, when he said he's like, I don't even want to do podcasts anymore. This might be the last time I do a podcast. I was like, I felt that. I've been there. Keep your head up, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I am gonna keep it real here, Jobins, because guess what? I've met both of them. So my thing with the Nelk boys, I really like Steve. I really like Salim. I really like Kyle. Ready? Mm-hmm. Besides those guys, I don't really know the other. I've only interacted with Steve in text messages. I fucking would love to meet him in person. And I've never had an interaction with Salim, but I bet he'd be probably chill. He seems like he'd be pretty chill. Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, he does those crazy pranks. I don't know.
I know.
He might be a little hard
to
handle.
I'd know who he is, but if he did some like Ashton Kutcher's punk type show with the crew, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he got me, I'd be like, Salim, you got me, motherfucker.
That would be kind of sick.
Yeah, but the interactions that I've had with Steiny, Gabe, and that Jimmy kid, because, like, dude, anytime we meet somebody, no matter how big you are, I feel like if anyone is a fan of you, genuine, like not the crazy like stalker ones that are just over the top. Right. I'm talking about those crazy over the toppers.
Right.
I'm talking your genuine everyday fan that's a genuine fan of you. Why would you not have a genuine interaction with them? And I didn't get any genuine reactions from those guys Got genuine reactions from Kyle, Steven text messages, again, and others. But again, Steiny, we met the Nelk boys when they came and did a pod with Tim and Sean, and Kyle came walking up. One of their other crew guys came walking up. Jimmy kind of came up, but he was in the back. But fucking Steiny walked all around us, even with like Sean right there. And he just like walked. I guess they had been there a couple times, so he knew where he was going. Like he was going straight to the podcast room. He even said it in that one video with Bradley. Bradley made a video where Steiny's walking in and walks right past Bradley and the guys, and he's going straight to like the cameras and shit. And he goes, "What? I'm walking straight to the press." And Bradley's like, "No, is that?" And he's like, took one of Bradley's like drinks from the fridge. He's like, "You put that fucking back!" Like Bradley's all pissed because Steiny was being a douche to Bradley. You know what I mean? Just those genuine moments of who you genuinely are as a person.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We met Andrew Schulz, nicest motherfucker in the world. And after he got his beat up by Tim and Sean, I was like, "Oh, dude, that was lit. You were saying shit that we all say." And then he kind of was like, "What am I supposed to say?" You know what I mean? Yeah. But I get that he's a comedian. You would get the kind of vibes that he would throw back.
Right.
And he would defeat me because he's better, but I would try to be me against him. Mm-hmm. It would fail horribly, but maybe I'd bring some laughs. You know what I mean? I feel like I'd have a way better podcast with Andrew Schulz than him and Steiny.
And I believe it too that Andrew Schulz is probably more in the right.
Yeah.
And Steiny is probably a douchebag.
Well, yeah. And when we met Andrew, like after he was done doing everything, and he was all cleaned up, he was talking to a few of us, and he would have talked to us all day. Tim and Sean were like, "Hey, Andrew, come on, let's go. We're gonna go down to the cold plunge, Art's cold plunge." Mm-hmm. And he's like, "All right, guys, it was really nice meeting you." I was like, but he would have just fucking kept talking to us. So I got genuine good vibes from Andrew Schulz. I haven't got genuine good vibes from Steiny. Mm-hmm. So I can't judge everything. But
how does someone even get to the mental mind state of being like, "Well, I'm better than other people," you know? And
that's the kind of
avoiding other people, like that stuck up snobbiness.
Gabe gave us
snobbiness,
that.
Yeah.
Gabe gave us that. When we were sitting in the room, they were doing the pod. He walks past us and he's like checking everything out. We all kind of come out of the door. We're like, "Hey, what's up, Gabe?" And he just, "Hey," and he just walks right by us. It's like, damn, you're not even in the pod either, bitch. Mm-hmm. It's like, why do you think you're so much better than everybody? I guess, dude, who knows? Maybe we don't have that yet where we're like, I just don't feel like we would be.
No, definitely not.
You know? So that's where I'm kind of like, maybe I'm Team Schulz on this one. Mm-hmm. I need to watch the whole pod.
Team Schulz, that's the conclusion as of right now.
Yeah. What do you got? You got something?
Ooh, well, we were talking about, dude, remember you were like, "Oh, man,
shout out Mikey again for these.
The crazy story here is that, we were making a joke, what if someone fell on a kid and then, that kid wound up dying from an accidental fall? How much trouble would you get in? And then we were like, would you think that's even happened?
Yeah.
I did some research, Jobins. It's actually happened for real. This father in China in 2016, he was with his kid at the supermarket, and it was captured on CCTV camera, closed circuit television, the security footage, and it shows, and I was heartbreaking, bro. They show the dad and the kid's got the hands of the dad, and he's behind the dad, and he's pulling him, and then he loses his balance, and the dad falls backwards onto his son and lands right on his head, and then he even almost does almost a full roll and goes sideways, falling. Damn. And then he gets up and this woman tries helping, and he's just holding this. Oh my God, it was so disturbing actually, and it's just I felt so bad for this dad. I was like, I feel like they probably don't even have any punishment for that, because that's punishment enough.
Well, yeah, that's how I felt, because we started talking about this, guys, because we're at Jits, and I'm sitting there stretching everything, and the kids are there doing their gyms, and boy, do the kids they pick somebody, and they all just want to target them. And it's fun. It is good times. So I flip Zay over my shoulder. Ba-ba. He's laughing. He comes to do it again. And then this little girl now comes to join him. I flip her. She's fucking probably 10 pounds lighter than Zay. So I accidentally boom, And I'm like, oh, and she's looking up at me, just laughing her ass off like she's having the time of her life. And then I look up and her dad's right there. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, are you okay? And her dad's laughing. I'm like, man, I go, she's so much freaking lighter than Zay. And then she's rolling up, wanting to do it again. But I'm like, damn, I just feel like I'm too strong and I'm terrified to hurting kids.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, dude, if I were to, if one of those little guys were to actually get me off guard, because there's a bunch of them, right? Let's say there's 5, 6 of them coming at me, and I'm dealing with, and then one actually managed to get me off balance, and I fell on one, and all it takes is a wrong neck land.
And the thing is, too, don't have your kid walking behind you.
Oh God!
Don't have your kid walking behind you, because if he was forward, maybe he could have stopped his arms.
Yeah.
And then that impact on the kid.
Oh my God, you're right. I snap a kid's arm with my ass. Oh, dude. Just because, dude, when I fall, I'm a heavy faller.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Work on your break fall. Have your arms to stop you.
Well, I'm always really careful around kids, but dude, it's just you never know. And I don't want to be the guy that accidentally falls and kills a kid. Like, I would never be able to live with myself.
Yeah, it was funny at first when we were just joking about it, but when it's like real,
You think of something that's probably happened. You know what I mean?
There's one other story I gotta tell you about that just broke. I first saw this on ABC News. A 26-year-old man from Nebraska posing as a 17-year-old high school student.
That's fucked.
Went to 2 different high schools in Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln Northwest and Lincoln Southeast the second semester. He's got 3 charges against him right now, felony charges. 2 counts of sexual assault, use of an electronic device, so he's probably texting these underage girls or whatever, and then 1 count of sex trafficking of a minor.
Damn, dude, that's fucking
26
crazy.
And he went to this school and graduated in 2015. And they had like his high school picture and then his like current picture because he was 5'4", 120. He's like my size, posing as a high schooler.
How do you pose? So you're just coming in, and where do you go? Are you going into classrooms?
Yeah.
So how the fuck?
He had classes. Get this.
Hold on.
All you need to enroll is a birth certificate and like a, like it's mainly just a birth certificate. Really, he was forged. He must have had forged documents or whatever. And some people don't even have transcripts because they're homeschooled. And like the way the guy was talking about it, it's a very loose system that you could slip through.
Fuck.
And think about those kids that might have made friends with him.
How do you not? I don't know. Maybe because you're young. Would I have been like, dude, what? There's something up about that person. I think I would have been the person in the room going, there's something up with this person.
That is such a scary movie idea, though.
I know, dude. That's terrifying.
Yeah, his name is like, because he's alive still, Zachary Hess, I believe.
See, how do you let someone out back into public like that when they go and do shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Okay, I get it. A guy fucking printed off a concert ID, or remember the guy who printed off a fucking ID and he suited up and he acted like fucking security and he got in to see Conor McGregor versus Floyd. I get those ones. I don't get that shit.
But
and how far? And now when that kind of stuff happens, who the fuck's who? Because I'm like, who is there? Someone famous that's doing this? Is there someone like mind-blowing fucking person out there that we just don't even know?
Bro, he blended in with the students apparently.
That's fucked. That
and
would fuck me up.
He was there for a whole year and he even enrolled in summer school.
Bro,
but
what if you were a dude and had a crush on her? That would fuck you up. What if he had relations?
That's what I'm saying. He obviously he was texting girls that go to that school.
Hold on. So was he acting
Schools.
like a boy or a girl?
A boy.
He was acting like a younger boy?
Yeah.
He
was 5'4", 120 pounds. He's just, and then posing as a high school student again.
God, how scary would it have been if he was posing as a girl?
Well, that's another level of craziness.
Jesus. Yeah, dude, that shit's dark.
But that would make for a good scary movie, dude.
Yeah, that whole shit, that's fucked. People are crazy these days, dude.
And then they actually told us how many days he attended of school. 54 days.
Before getting caught?
Before getting caught.
How did he get caught? Do you know how he got caught?
Ooh, that's a great question. I didn't dig much.
You didn't look up how he got caught, Brenden.
I was just so fascinated by the crime itself.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
What? I was like, that's the kind of shit that only happens in movies, man. A 26-year-old man in a high school.
Make a dark movie about it, based on true story. Dude, Did you see Jobins? We went and saw Oppenheimer. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Oppenheimer.
feel like I say it right and wrong.
After
sometimes.
Robert J. Oppenheimer.
Yeah. But Barbie also came out $155 million opening weekend compared to Oppenheimer at 80.
That's still both. That's good for both. Still,
What
right?
a weekend for movies! I think that was really cool. It was exciting to see the movie theaters back and busy, and it was awesome because when we went and saw the movie, every girl, it's crazy. And on Instagram, not only are all the girls dressing up like Barbies at the theater, but even on Instagram, all the chicks are going to see Barbie, and they're dressed up like Barbie, and even dudes were wearing like pink cowboy hats that were all glittery. I was like, damn, it took me back. It took me back. It felt good to be. I was like, damn, this feels good. This feels like how the theaters should be. What'd you think?
I enjoyed it too. I liked how people were all dressed up for
Yeah.
it. And then it's like, wow, it's Barbie. It's like nostalgia. Maybe how many of those like women were kids that used to play with Barbie dolls, and now it's like, wow, I can show my kid this movie.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. My theater sucked, dude, because we didn't allow costumes. And I get it because all the shootings and stuff, and most theaters, they don't allow masks. But we didn't allow any of that kind of fun stuff, so we never got to have fun. Where Brock worked for Ronnie's, and they got to have all sorts of fun. Celebrities coming in, people dressing up, whole bunch of shit.
Well, the Ronnie's 20 Center is the biggest movie theater in Missouri.
Yeah, mine's not. That's why mine's not even around anymore. We didn't do cool shit. But that was cool. Oppenheimer, Jobins, 3-hour movie. I'm trying not to spoil anything. I'm trying to be better. Trying to be better at not spoiling shit for you guys, so you like my reviews. I feel like I like when I go into history movies not knowing shit and being taught everything. I felt like you had to know some shit for this one. Like it does a good job at like it's throwing you in there. It throws you in there, and it does it like you get an understanding of everything because Christopher Nolan's great at that, right? But there was just some things that I kind of wish I had known more. I really enjoyed Albert Einstein. Every scene that had Albert Einstein in it, I was like, man, it grabbed me. And I was like, man, is this the first fucking time I've ever seen a movie where he's portrayed? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I can't think of any movie where
Right?
Albert Einstein's in it.
And then for him to have relations with the guy, like I never would have thought that. I never knew that.
Both brilliant, physicists,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. So it was long. I enjoyed the first 2 hours more than the last hour. The last hour is pretty it's a very long hour. It felt like. What did you think about the last hour?
I liked the last hour. I thought it explained a lot about like the legal proceedings, like what they were, like the whole reason that they were even bringing up Oppenheimer's story and making it relevant in the context of what was going on at that point. I thought it did pretty well.
Yeah, and like Robert Downey Jr.'s character, which he did again.
Yeah, Admiral Strauss. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Robert Downey Jr. and Cillian's their acting was really good. Your Han Solo guy, he's okay.
Yeah.
I love Josh Hartnett. I wasn't vibing with Josh Hartnett.
Oh, come on. He did his
sorry.
role. He did.
I'm sorry, Josh. It felt a little forced. I don't know. And then, dude, that last hour, I just felt like, man, some of this shit could have been cut. It felt a little repetitive. I liked what you do learn a lot. Maybe it's because it was late, 1:30 in the morning by that time.
Yeah.
And it was I'm like, the whole time thinking like, man, writing this movie must have been fucking hard.
Christopher Nolan he don't mess around.
He doesn't.
You know what else I really liked about the movie? Its use of sound. Because I thought that a scene that might have been boring is like seeing talking about particles, but then it's like boom, boom, and it's like really
you feel
matches
it.
like the intensity of like an atomic bomb, and
Yeah.
with the stakes that are here.
Yeah, especially in the beginning when it made it, you could really it felt the chaos going through his mind and how he was, the pressure he was feeling. So yeah, you're right. The sound, but he's always good at that, right? Dunkirk was sick to go see in the movie theater. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely Christopher Nolan-y. You know? Overall, it was a good movie.
What'd you give it out of 10?
I'd give it a 7.7.
Oh, whoa, that's what I had.
Really?
I had a 7.7 down.
Wow. I gave it a 7.7 just because, and I don't know if I was really vibing the black and white. I know it was artsy, and I get what he was trying to do, and it was like, oh, well, that's then, and this, that. I get all that, you know? But I wasn't really kind of vibing with that. Again, he's being Christopher Nolan in the most Christopher Nolan ways. But, yeah. And I just kind of wish it was cut down a little bit. Because and it did make me go, man, that shit's crazy. I just wish I would have known more. Like I actually was diving into Albert Einstein shit more than Oppenheimer.
Yeah, my main reason for not going to 8 or above is just some of the characters and like the things they'd say sometimes, or the dramatizations of events
Felt forced,
just to kind of build a better movie, which kind of discredited it more for me.
Yeah.
But you know what? I gave that a 7.7 out of 10. Transformers, Rise of the Beast, I think should get even a higher score.
Really?
Transformers Rise of the Beast was a real treat. It entertained me from start to finish. I liked the new character, Noah, who was played by Anthony Ramos. Mirage was a dope-ass new Transformer played by Pete Davidson. Dude, you know, Optimus Prime, always the same guy. Optimus Primal, the gorilla Transformer.
You liked him?
He was played by Ron Perlman. And then, the villain, Jobins, the villain in Transformers Rise of the Beast, killed it. Scourge. You know who voiced him?
Who?
Peter Dinklage.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he did a good job. I liked
the
action was there, the fun was there, the stakes were high. Transformers Rise of the Beast is an easy 8.2 out of 10. I can't wait for it to kickstart more Transformers films, and I can't wait for the G.I. Joe crossover that was teased at the end of the film.
Damn. See, Jobins, don't be mad at me. Hate this fucking guy, because that was like the greatest. That like you can't. Oh wow! I might have to cut that out. That was a massive spoiler, Brenden. Not one thing is said until the very end of the movie. One 10-second scene.
Oh, like spoiler?
You spoiled the shite out of that, my friend.
That's such a little thing. That doesn't have
little
any context
thing.
to
That's
the
like
plot.
Okay, hold up. If you're actually a diehard Transformers fan and you can't wait for this Transformers, you and I had no clue that would ever happen. If you just said in the games, oh yeah, you know what they're gonna tie into this film, we would have went, what? And then they would have said it. We were like, no fucking way, how? And we would have watched the whole movie going, how the fuck does this tie into fucking G.I. Joe? And we wouldn't have watched nothing to do with G.I. Joe until the very end. But it's okay. They hate us for it, but it's okay.
Yeah. You got a good point. Damn.
It's okay. We're working on it, Jobins. We are trying to work on our movie reviews so that we don't spoil shit. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
hard.
only spoiled that thing, really, though.
Yeah, that's it. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of UFC shit to talk about. Like a whole bunch. Holy fucker, we're going to make it on this pod. I wanted to give a fucking little update on my dad.
Yeah, hey, most definitely.
Jobins, it would mean a real lot if you would just keep my dad in your prayers, say some prayers for him, send good, positive energy. Me and my family, we need it a lot right now. My fucking dad, he's been through so much. I love you, Dad. I know you're watching. You just stay strong. I know you are. I'm so proud of him for staying as positive as he is. Because I can't imagine having, and like Kyle, and like my Uncle John, these people, you guys who have the cancer and you're staying positive, you stay strong. It's unbelievable. Because the amount of doctor visits, reschedules, cancellations, just the hassle of driving there all the time when you don't feel good, going through chemotherapy, all the chemotherapy treatments. My dad's had cancer since 2009. This past year, it spread to some organs, spread to his liver, it spread to his brain. The spot in his brain shrunk and is gone, which is great. He even did chemo treatments to prevent it from going to the brain, and it still went, just because this type of cancer loves to do it. Yeah, cancer is such a fucking force of nature that is unstoppable, Jobins. But I totally believe it's in the person, because we can beat cancer. If you stay positive, you feed your body right, you stay positive, you can fight it, and I've seen it. I've seen it many times. He's gone through 2 different chemotherapy treatments now. He has 4 spots in his liver. The 2 first rounds they went, this one didn't work, so let's try this one that's harder. It didn't work. It almost was pretty bad right then and there. Almost like, hey, Mr. Schmidt, it could have been, Mr. Schmidt, there's no more we can do for you. But a great thing happened, Jobins, and this is one of those things. It's like, look, Dad, luck is on your side, baby. You stay. This is one of those things. Like, look, you got a fucking golden ticket in this motherfucker. He apparently has a gene in his body that allowed him to be put on a clinical trial, to where it's a lot. It's a lot, Jobins, when you get this phone call and you're all the way across the country and they let you know what's up.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
it's a lot.
It's a
With
lot.
the distance involved, too.
Oh, yeah, and then there's the terms and just everything. But basically, this clinical trial on this gene that's in my dad's liver that only a certain amount of people have, currently like 220-something people have it in the United States that are on this clinical trial.
Wow.
It allows the chemotherapy treatment, that he's going to, it's a good, strong one, to just focus on the liver, zap those motherfuckers, and not affect any other organ. So it's really good. He's got a really good chance right here. Mm-hmm. He has to go in for 6 weeks. Depending on, he goes in on a Sunday. He'll go in on a Sunday. My mom will take him up, drop him off, and he'll stay in for 2 days. Now, that first time when he goes in, we find out because it depends on your body, right? How long you stay in. So he could be in until Thursday. He could be in until Wednesday. He could be done on Tuesday. Go home Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And here's a really no good thing. My dad is fucking tough, Jobins. I'm so grateful. We got to pray for his strength and for him to be able to eat. Because right now his two biggest battles is you feel tired all the time, Jobins. He's still weaning off his last chemo treatment, and he's going to get ready to start this new chemo. So just the impact that has on your body and how imagine feeling extremely tired all the time.
I can't
forever. And no matter what you do, it does not like you're going to feel that way.
It's probably another level of tired too that I don't even
that
understand.
We don't know. On top of pain, he hurt his back. He had to get this procedure done on his back. He fell, so he's still dealing with that too. You know what I mean? So he's so fucking tough, and I'm grateful, and I'm super grateful for him, because unlike my Uncle John, dude, he was having the shits all the time. He was nauseous. He would feel sick. Luckily, my dad's pretty good with that. He doesn't get sick. He's not having the shits. He's not doing all that kind of stuff. His being able to eat is affected. He's not as hungry.
Right.
When my mom's trying her best he's losing weight, you know? So we just got to pray that he stays strong and that his body can get some food in him, keep it in him, keep weight on him. So we're going to do these treatments for 6 weeks, and we'll see how that goes after that, Jobins. So again, I love you, Dad, very much, and you got this. Just keep staying strong like you are and positive. You're a fucking warrior. You're 1949 type shit. You know, like that shit don't get made like that anymore. You know, you look at shit how it's made then, and you look at shit how it's made now, it ain't made the same. So you just got to keep reminding yourself that.
Love you, Ted.
And
Thoughts and prayers, you know. And Jobins, if you could keep them in your prayers too, it would mean a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. I'm going to check and see how fucking long we've been recording already, because we got a whole fight card to talk about. We might have to do another pod this week.
Ooh. Yeah, what are we at?
We're already at 49 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of good stuff to talk about.
Let's just talk about we're just going to talk about these last couple of UFC events, and then Jobins, we're going to do another pod this week. We'll actually do the fight card.
Hell yeah.
What day are you off this week? Do you know yet?
I'm off Tuesday.
Boom. Tuesday we do the pod.
Perfecto.
There it is.
Nice.
Because we're already at 49 minutes, Jobins. We had a lot to talk about. UFC talk. Last night, Tom Aspinall. Great knockout. Made it look easy.
He made it look easy. Marcin Tybura,
Tough,
I was like,
and
dude, that guy's
doing
good.
Yeah, and he's been doing real good. Calls out John Jones. Says he will bring a new challenge. I like this call out. And him running to the cage like a little kid, all excited after his win.
So he wants to fight the winner of Cyril Gane versus
Spivak? Yeah.
Sergey Spivak first.
That's going to be an interesting fight, too. I can't wait for that. See, dude, and then I love that he called out John Jones. He's like, I want to see that winner of that fight, and then I'm going to beat them. And then after that, I'm beating John Jones. I don't want to. I know John Jones is, 35, 36?
Right.
Man, I would love to see him defend the heavyweights a good 3-4 times. Like, just go on a little stretch.
It would be sick.
And especially when we got guys like Tom Aspinall. You know, when we got guys and Spivak. When we got these guys that are really bringing everything. And Pavlovich.
Two Sergeys.
Yeah, dude. Holy fucking shit. And I know, again, John Jones doesn't have anything else to prove. He doesn't need to prove anything. But how sweet would it be if he had wins over those guys in a heavyweight like that? That's
as far as legacy goes, that's it.
That might be unmatchable forever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so exciting. So it's real interesting to see what John Jones does. What do you guys think? Do you think John Jones a couple more times and he's done, or are we going to see him go on a little stretch in the heavyweights?
That's a great question, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah. And then Paul Craig, his win last night at middleweight.
Mm-hmm. Paul Craig is so intense with it, too. That stare down before they fought was intense.
He's always bringing the fucking fun.
He's a freaking, like, Scottish Viking
and
warrior.
at middleweight, he looked mean at middleweight.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see who he called out after the fights?
Who'd he call out?
Bo Nickel. He wants to fight Bo Nickel. He says no one wants to fight. I'm like, dude, I like that. Paul Craig, Bo Nickel, when Bo Nickel comes back. I would like it, dude.
I think Bo Nickel gets his ass.
You think so?
Bo Nickel's fucking Paul Craig up.
I still would love to see it. I like to see this new Bo Nickel against everybody. When you got Paul Craig looking badass at middleweight, I'm down.
And he went up against a really good grappler. Both those guys were putting on master grappling performance. So that was impressive.
Bear Jew looks fucking mean, dude. Patty. Did you see Patty's open to fight Steamroller?
Ooh, that's the fight I want right there. Let's go Steamroller.
Steamroller's been wanting it for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. He says Patty also says that he would like the Ultimate Fighter season with Tupora. That would be a lot of fun. There's a lot. I think Tupora's a little hot-headed, and I feel like Patty's very shit-talky. So I feel like that would be a very interesting tough.
I think Tupora would absolutely destroy.
Patty?
He would snatch his soul.
That might be the one we all want to see. What if we got to see Patty come back, fight Steamroller? If he beats Steamroller, and then they did the Ultimate Fighter with Tupora. That'd be fun. But dude, if Steamroller fucking crashes the party on Patty, I think that's a good fight. Patty and Steamroller.
Oh yeah,
dude.
If Patty's only chance of winning, I feel like, is the sub.
On Steamroller?
Yeah, that's the only way he's gonna get it. I think Steamroller's gonna knock his ass out.
Right? I feel like Steamroller would be a little. Do you think he could be a little smarter in there than Patty, or what? Or do you think Patty's just as much fight IQ as
Patty's he gets hit.
Right?
He gets hit.
And Steamroller finds that button. You could be in trouble.
Yeah, you got to respect his power.
Yeah, and then I feel like he's not the, I feel like he'd be pretty good at grappling too. Like I feel like if he touched Patty fell. I feel like he could submit Patty.
It's just his jiu-jitsu. I don't know if it's on the same level as Pat. But then again, it's like, man, Molly McCann's jiu-jitsu didn't look the best either. Julia Stolarenko, you know how many arm bars Julia has? It's a lot.
That was tough. Poor Molly. Dude.
Brock was making a joke saying she's the next Ronda Rousey, but shit, I mean,
I know
she keeps
she's got
arm
so
barring.
many submission wins, and it was so, dude. Yeah, poor Molly, dude. That must have been tough. I thought she might have retired after the fight, but we'll see. What if that maybe like woke her up a little bit? She focuses up, maybe comes back, gets another win. You never know.
Mm-hmm. She always is exciting. So.
Well, did you see Colby wants Leon Edwards at UFC 295 Madison Square Garden? That's when John Jones and Stipe. That'd be a cool co-main, or maybe like if they did a 3-title fight, that'd be the opener for the title fights. That'd be sick. Colby's saying Hamzat and Dustin turned him down. Think that's true?
Hamzat turned him down?
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I don't think Hamzat turns anybody down. That's bold. I can see Dustin turning him down for this bad motherfucker belt.
Oh my god, I don't even want to think about.
Right?
I mean, it's a great fight, but
yeah. You got anything else real quick before we go?
One last thing I wanted to discuss. I know, I stream sometimes, but Mortal Kombat 1, I can't wait for that to come out. Dude, they're going to have Peacemaker, Omni-Man from Invincible, and Homelander from The Boys as DLC characters.
When you showed me that trailer, it was pretty sick. That was pretty sick.
That's just a game. I get sweaty on that game. You better believe it. When it's one-on-one fights online and it's in a ranked league, oh yeah, I'm going to be playing the shit out of that.
Yeah, honestly, I'll play with you just to see Peacemaker and Homelander do cool shit.
I might have to main Peacemaker.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Jobins, we'll do our UFC 291 predictions for the bad motherfucker belt, vacant bad motherfucker belt. We'll just do that. It probably won't be like, 20, 30 minutes? We'll upload it later this week.
Still an amazing fight card to talk about.
Great fight card coming up, Jobins. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. I appreciate you guys. All you subscribers, you guys are amazing. If you're new to the channel, we appreciate you. Welcome. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Deuces.